everybody. It's May 23rd, 2024, and I'm at my happy place at McDonald's where my brother Paul and I used to come to have coffee and watch Elvis videos. That seems like a million years ago now. So I try and stay at my desk from 9 till 6 every day, and try and get, I think if I'm there, then I'm more likely to get work done on my appeal with the Supreme Court of Canada, file number 41254. I filed all the documents I'm required to file, so I'm just waiting to hear back from the other parties. The government lawyer said she's not going to file a response because they're not going to get involved. And L'Arche, the group home that told me I was never going to see my brother again, that was founded by two bona fide sex officers, Jean Vanier, Jenvanier, and his sidekick, defrocked, excommunicated Catholic priest Thomas Philippe from France. They set up these group homes as a cover for their sex cult, where they preyed on what has been confirmed as at least 28 vulnerable women who worked there. So they would entice women to work with his profoundly handicapped adults, and then they would prey on them, saying it was some kind of religious practice. And Jean Vanier continued to do this up to his death. So basically for about 60 years, he did it up to his death in 2019. And it wasn't until after he died that women dared to come forward and disclose this. So my mother placed Paul in a large group home in 1993, thinking that it was a Catholic sanctioned group home, which it never was. It's never been sanctioned by the Catholic Church, but they sort of used that as, or they used it as a selling point. So my brother died on April 26th, alone, except for the strangers, I assume from L'Arche, the workers from L'Arche, and my sister who had flown in 2 days late. He had a stroke on April 13th, and she flew in on April 15th. And once she was safely ensconced by his bedside, they called me, or they emailed me and told me that I could have a supervised visit for 10 minutes with him. Anyways, so everything is filed and ready to go at the Supreme Court of Canada, and I'm just waiting to receive their responses to my application for leave to appeal from my nun sister 4,000 kilometers away in Ontario, and the public guardian trustee of BC. So the public guardian, what happened was L'Arche had cooked up a kind of power of attorney and forged Paul's signature on it. Or I allege what they did was they guided his hand, holding a pen, to make him seem more intellectually capable than he is. And I know that because I taught him the only word that he knows how to print, or knew how to print, his first name, Paul. And apparently they do this with all of their residents, although I bet they don't do it anymore. And then L'Arche ordered my sister, the nun 4,000 kilometers away, to terminate Paul's visits with me. And she had two law firms working for her, or has one in Ottawa and one for their residential school claims. So they made all their money. Her religious community of nuns made all their money from residential schools, and I imagine they'd been sued into the ground over that. But they own quite a bit of property, real property, land in Ontario. So they're, fabulously wealthy, and they can write off all their legal expenses as a charitable tax deduction, which I can't, of course, do. I borrowed money just to try and pay for experts to examine Paul. Anyways, so today's been a quiet day. There's not too much to say. I'm sort of still waiting for the impact of Paul's dying to hit me. I just sort of can't imagine a world without him. He was such a funny guy. He was so sweet and so funny. Anyways, so continue to pray for us. Contribute to our GoFundMe account. You can do that by just clicking on the GoFundMe link in the description box for this video, and copy and paste the email that I'll put in the description box for this video and send it from your email address. Don't give up on us, because what I'm trying to do is bring about Paul's law. So change the law of guardianships so that even legally appointed, and my sister wasn't legally appointed, as I said, it was a fraudulent and forged agreement, I allege. But even legally appointed guardians, conservators, committees of substitute decision makers for incapable adults should never be allowed to isolate and confine them, which they do on a very frequent basis. They use their power over the incapable adult as a weapon against relatives they don't like. And that's what happened with me. The nun's sister in Ontario doesn't like me because, well, that's a whole other episode. But so she viciously, cruelly, barbarically isolated and confined my helpless little brother. He never had a lawyer. He never spoke to a lawyer for 1 minute. The Legal Services Society of BC let him down. Community Legal Assistance Society let him down. He never spoke to a lawyer. He never spoke to an independent medical doctor, physician, expert. The worker at L'Arche, Celine Verdoc, who kept a secret diary against me, which was relied upon by L'Arche to isolate and confine my brother from me. I served her with a subpoena to court, and she just didn't bother to show up. So I was never able to cross-examine her on her secret diary. So every single legal miscarriage of justice, or the guarantees of validity and reliability of evidence was ignored in this case, and that's how Paul fell through the cracks. He didn't fall through the cracks, he was shoved through them. So that's it for now. Again, please pray for us, contribute to our GoFundMe account, and copy and paste the email in the description box and send it from your email address. Thank you, everybody. Take care.